Forget pills. Did you know that every morning when you get out of bed, your joints are sending you an alarm signal that most people completely ignore? If you feel stiffness, cracking, or pain in your knees when you take your first steps, that's your body screaming that something is wrong. And let me be clear, it is not normal for walking to hurt after age 50. Welcome to Senior Health Advice. Before we go further, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments where you feel the most joint pain, your knees, hips, or back. Your interaction not only helps this channel grow, it ensures this life-changing information reaches more people who are suffering just like you. For the last 15 years, I've helped thousands of people recover the freedom to walk without pain. And what I'm about to share could change your life too. You've been lied to. The pharmaceutical industry wants you to believe that arthritis, joint stiffness, and pain are unavoidable consequences of aging, and that the only answer is expensive drugs that mask the pain while damaging your stomach, liver, and kidneys in the long run. But here's the truth. There are natural foods, backed by powerful scientific studies, that can reduce inflammation, repair cartilage, and restore your mobility. Foods that cost pennies, not hundreds of dollars a month. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the 7 shock foods Big Pharma doesn't want you to know about. Foods that can kill joint pain, regenerate your cartilage, and give you back the ability to walk, climb stairs, and move without fear. Stay with me until the end, because food number 1 has been hidden from the public for decades, and it works better than many prescription medications without the side effects. Number 7, turmeric, the golden anti-inflammatory. For centuries, turmeric has been used in traditional medicine, but only recently has modern science confirmed what our ancestors already knew. Turmeric contains curcumin, one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories ever discovered. In fact, clinical studies have shown that curcumin can be as effective as prescription anti-inflammatory drugs, without the devastating side effects on your stomach, liver, or kidneys. I'll give you an example. One of my patients, a 67-year-old woman who had suffered constant knee pain for over 15 years, could barely walk without a cane. After following a turmeric protocol, within 6 weeks she no longer needed the cane, and in just 3 months she was dancing at her granddaughter's wedding. That's the power of this food. But here's the secret most people don't know. Turmeric by itself is not enough. Curcumin makes up only about 2 to 8% of regular turmeric powder, and it's very difficult for the body to absorb unless you combine it the right way. The key is to always pair it with black pepper, which contains piperine. This compound boosts absorption by up to 2,000%, and because curcumin is fat-soluble, you must consume it with a healthy fat like olive oil or coconut oil to unlock its full potential. The easiest way: mix 1 teaspoon of quality turmeric powder with a pinch of black pepper and a teaspoon of olive oil, then add it to warm milk or a cup of tea. Some people even prepare golden milk at night with turmeric, pepper, cinnamon, and honey. Used consistently, turmeric doesn't just mask pain, it addresses the root cause, inflammation. It allows your cartilage to begin healing and your joints to move smoothly again. But turmeric works even better when combined with the next food, creating a powerful anti-inflammatory synergy that can protect your joints 24 hours a day. Number 6, fatty fish rich in omega-3s. If turmeric is the golden spice of joint health, then fatty fish are the natural lubricant your joints desperately need. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, and herring are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which act like biological fire extinguishers inside your joints. Here's why this matters. Chronic inflammation is like acid eating away at your cartilage, leaving your bones to grind painfully against each other. Omega-3s fight this process at the root, blocking the enzymes that destroy cartilage and calming the fire of inflammation. At the same time, they activate chondrocytes, the special cells in your body that actually rebuild cartilage. That means omega-3s don't just prevent damage, they help regenerate what's already been lost. Harvard researchers followed over 176,000 people for 25 years and found that those who ate fatty fish at least twice a week had a 52% lower risk of developing arthritis. Imagine cutting your chances of joint pain in half simply by adjusting your diet. The best protocol? Aim for 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week. If fresh fish isn't always available, a high-quality omega-3 supplement is a strong alternative. Look for one that contains at least 1,000 milligrams of EPA and 500 milligrams of DHA per capsule, and always take it with meals for maximum absorption. One important detail: don't ruin the omega-3s by cooking fish at very high temperatures. Frying destroys up to 70% of these precious oils. Instead, steam, bake gently, or enjoy them raw as sushi to preserve their full power. Together, turmeric and omega-3s create an unstoppable anti-inflammatory duo that Big Pharma can't replicate in a pill bottle. And when you add the next food, the results become even more surprising, because it was discovered by accident while scientists were trying to invent a new drug. Number 5. Ginger, nature's hidden painkiller. In the 1980s, Danish researchers were developing a new anti-inflammatory drug. But during their studies, they stumbled upon something unexpected. Fresh ginger was more effective than many medications at reducing joint pain. And unlike prescription drugs, ginger had no harmful side effects. The secret lies in compounds called gingerols and shogals, which block the same inflammatory pathways that drugs like ibuprofen target. But ginger does more. It increases blood circulation to your joints, bringing in oxygen and nutrients that damaged cartilage desperately needs to repair itself. This dual action, reducing inflammation while boosting nourishment, makes ginger a unique weapon against arthritis. Clinical trials confirm it. In one study, ginger extract was compared directly with ibuprofen in patients with knee osteoarthritis. The result? Ginger was just as effective for reducing pain, but it also improved mobility and reduced morning stiffness even more than the drug. Here's how to use it. Grate about 2 centimeters of fresh ginger daily and add it to tea, smoothies, or hot water with lemon. 1 teaspoon of ginger powder in warm water with honey is another powerful option. For localized pain, you can even make a ginger compress. Fresh grated ginger wrapped in cloth and applied directly to the joint for 15 to 20 minutes. A word of caution: if you're taking blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin, consult your doctor first because ginger can enhance their effects. Ginger works beautifully on its own, but when combined with the next food, you get something extraordinary: a complete nutritional blueprint for rebuilding cartilage from the inside out. Number 4. Bone broth, the cartilage rebuilder. If there were a single food that contained nearly everything your joints need to heal, it would be bone broth. For centuries, cultures around the world have relied on this simple but powerful food to keep their bodies resilient. Modern science now explains why. Bone broth is packed with collagen, glucosamine, chondroitin, hyaluronic acid, and essential minerals, the exact same compounds that make up your cartilage. Think about it. When you drink bone broth, you're literally giving your body the raw building blocks to create new cartilage. Collagen strengthens joint tissues, glucosamine and chondroitin cushion your movements, hyaluronic acid lubricates your joints, and minerals like calcium and magnesium fortify the bones that support them. I'll share the story of Roberto, a 72-year-old carpenter who came to my clinic with hands so deformed by arthritis that he could no longer hold a hammer. Surgeons told him he needed operations on both hands. Instead, I put him on a bone broth protocol, along with the other foods you're learning today. 6 months later, he returned, still working, still pain-free, and his x-rays showed significant improvement in joint space. Here's the best way to prepare it. Use bones from grass-fed beef, chicken, or pork. Add apple cider vinegar to help extract minerals, then simmer gently for at least 24 hours. A proper broth should gel when cooled. That's how you know it's rich in collagen. Drink 1 cup in the morning on an empty stomach and another before bed. Bone broth is more than comfort food. It's a direct infusion of cartilage medicine from nature, repairing your joints from the inside out. And when you combine it with the next food, you'll unlock a nutrient that guides these minerals exactly where they belong: your bones and cartilage, not your arteries. Number 3. Leafy green vegetables, the joint protectors. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and broccoli may not seem as powerful as bone broth or turmeric, but inside these greens lies a compound that scientists now consider essential for joint health: vitamin K2. Here's why this matters. Calcium is critical for strong bones and cartilage. But without K2, much of that calcium ends up in the wrong places, like your arteries or soft tissues, where it causes damage. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic controller, directing calcium exactly where it belongs, into your bones and cartilage. Research proves its power. A 10-year study of more than 600 people found that those with the highest vitamin K intake had 40% less risk of developing osteoarthritis and over 50% less risk of painful bone spurs. That means less stiffness, less grinding, and more freedom of movement. But that's not all leafy greens give you. They're loaded with sulforaphane, a compound especially rich in broccoli and Brussels sprouts, which actively blocks the enzymes that destroy cartilage. They also contain quercetin, a flavonoid that lowers systemic inflammation, and carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin, which further protect both your joints and your eyes. To maximize the benefits, eat at least 2 cups of leafy greens daily. Always pair them with a healthy fat, olive oil, avocado, or nuts, because vitamin K2 and carotenoids are fat-soluble. Steam lightly for 3 to 5 minutes instead of overcooking to preserve their healing compounds. Greens are not just side dishes. They're natural medicine for your joints. And when paired with the next food, you'll unlock a compound so unique that it can actually retrain your immune system to stop attacking your own cartilage. Number 2, garlic, the immune system retrainer. For centuries, garlic has been known as nature's antibiotic, but modern research shows it has another hidden talent, protecting your joints by calming down an overactive immune system. You see, in many types of arthritis, the pain and destruction don't come from wear and tear alone. They come from your own immune system mistakenly attacking healthy cartilage. Garlic contains a powerful compound called allicin, which forms when garlic is chopped or crushed. Allicin helps regulate the immune response, reducing the self-destruction that causes swelling, stiffness, and joint deformity. In fact, one study found that women who ate garlic regularly had significantly lower rates of hip osteoarthritis compared to those who didn't. But here's the secret. Allicin is fragile. It disappears quickly with heat, and garlic powder or supplements often contain very little of it. To unlock its power, you must crush or chop fresh garlic, let it rest for 10 minutes, and then eat it raw or add it to cooked dishes at the very end. Some of the best ways to use it include mixing crushed garlic with raw honey and taking it first thing in the morning, blending it with olive oil for a powerful anti-inflammatory salad dressing, steeping it in warm, not boiling water with lemon and honey for a soothing tea. One caution, garlic can interact with blood-thinning medications, so if you're taking anticoagulants, check with your doctor before consuming it in high amounts. Garlic not only reduces pain, but also improves circulation, ensuring that all the other nutrients you're eating actually reach your joints. And when you combine it with the final food on this list, the results are remarkable because this last food has been shown to reduce nighttime joint pain by up to 40%. Number 1, tart cherries, the nighttime joint healer. This final food may surprise you, but it could be the most powerful of all. Tart cherries, especially the Montmorency and Balaton varieties, are packed with compounds called anthocyanins, natural pigments that give cherries their deep red color and act as some of the strongest anti-inflammatories found in nature. Here's what makes them extraordinary. In a study from Oregon State University, women with osteoarthritis who drank tart cherry juice twice a day for 21 days reported a 40% reduction in nighttime pain and a significant improvement in sleep quality. Why? Because tart cherries don't just fight inflammation, they also contain natural melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. This means your body repairs itself more effectively while you rest. Other research has shown that regular cherry consumption lowers levels of C-reactive protein, a key marker of systemic inflammation, by an average of 25%. Even more, people who eat tart cherries regularly have 50% fewer gout attacks, one of the most painful forms of joint inflammation. Here's how to use them. Drink 8 ounces of pure tart cherry juice in the morning and again 2 hours before bed. Eat about 1 cup of fresh or frozen cherries daily, or enjoy a small handful of unsweetened dried tart cherries as a snack. For best results, combine cherries with a small portion of healthy fat like yogurt, almonds, or avocado to boost the absorption of their antioxidants. Tart cherries don't just reduce pain, they restore your nights, giving your joints the time they need to heal deeply. Imagine falling asleep easily and waking up with less pain day after day. Now that you know the 7 shock foods Big Pharma doesn't want you to know about, it's time to put them into action. Now you know the 7 shock foods that can kill joint pain, rebuild cartilage, and restore your freedom of movement without dangerous pills or expensive treatments. These are not myths or internet tricks. They are scientifically proven foods that attack inflammation at the root, give your cartilage the nutrients it needs to heal, and allow you to walk, climb stairs, and live without fear of pain. The pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to hear this, because every time you choose natural foods over pills, they lose money. But here on Senior Health Advice, my mission is different. I want you strong, independent, and pain-free for the years ahead. Now it's your turn. Which of these foods will you start eating today? Comment below. I'd love to know your answer. If this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this information with someone you care about who is suffering from joint pain. Together, we can spread the truth about natural healing and build a healthier, stronger community. And don't stop here. In my next video, I'll reveal simple exercises that work together with these foods to supercharge cartilage regeneration and accelerate your recovery. So stay tuned. You won't want to miss it. Your new life without joint pain begins now.